So, today I'm going to be reading you guys a really, really powerful and amazing book, and it's called Pink and Say. So we learned about a little while ago Abraham Lincoln and how, does anybody know his proclamation that he made? Does anybody know that weird word? Yeah.
A proclamation I can't say it.
A nation proclamation.
Ellie, what did you say?
A nation proclamation.
So close. The Emancipation Proclamation.
That's what I was going to say.
Does anybody remember what that was, Fia?
It was the thing to make the slaves free.
Yes.
The whole U.S.
And who were the slaves? What determined, what separated them from the rest of the people? Miss Ellie.
I forgot.
That's okay. Molly, do you remember?
They were like all black people.
They were all, black or colored people. So today, this story is based out of a long time ago during the Civil War. So that was during the time when black people were kind of treated differently. Which, is that okay? No, that's not okay.
Slavery is not
racist.
Yes. So, during this time, our world was in something called the Civil War. And it was a fight. And it was very hard and very dangerous. There were a lot of people that hurt or died. And our two main characters, which their names are Pink and Say. Pink kind of has a funny name, so they gave him the nickname Pink. And both of these boys were soldiers in the war. During it, Say was really badly hurt. And Pink, who didn't know him at all, saw him hurt, and so he helped him. And they became really, really good friends. They had lots of laughs together, they share a ton of stories, and they face a lot of things that are still out there, a lot of really, really bad things, because one of the boys is black, and so he's kind of seen as less. What makes this story so special, and why I really wanted to read it to you guys, is it's a true story.
It's true.
It's true. Isn't that pretty cool?
My cousin's in the war.
Oh, yeah?
Because he wasn't being racist to the black guy.
Yeah. So, it was a true story, and the author decided it was a story that was told in her family, so she wanted to keep passing it down. So she wrote this book, so you guys can all learn it and know the story for years to come. Yes, Fia, you have a question?
What was Pink's real name?
Ooh, I think I might get to it. Are you guys ready, though?
Yeah.
Are we ready to read this book?
Yes.
So on this board, I have pictures of the book so you guys can read it and see the pictures really, really easily. And I want you guys to try to follow along with me as I read, okay? Can you do that for me?
Uh-huh.
So, here we go. Pink and Say by Patricia Polacco. When Sheldon Russell Curtis told this story to his daughter, Rosa, she kept every word in her heart and was to retell it many times over in her long life. Sheldon had been injured in a fierce battle and was left for dead in the mud, blood-soaked pastures somewhere in Georgia. He was a mere lad of 15. That's so young. 15 years old?
Yeah, when he was 15.
My cousin's name is Riley, and he's in the Navy.
Ooh.
He just got in.
Really? Yeah, he was only 15 years old. He laid there for 2 days, but his reckoning only to slip into unconsciousness and fever. He was rescued from this field by another lad who had also been separated by his company. So a company is kind of like the people that you fight with. So they were separated by the other soldiers. I will tell you in his own words as nearly as I can. So this is the story. I watched the sun edge towards the center of the sky above me. It was hard. I was hurt really bad. For almost a year, I had been in this man's war, the war between the states. Being just a lad, I was wishing I was home. My leg burned and was angry from the lead ball that was lodged in it, just above my knee. I felt sleepy and everything would go black. Then I'd wake up again. I wanted to go back to our farm in Ohio, and sometimes when I'd fallen into one of them strange sleeps. I had been there with my ma, tasting baking powder biscuits fresh out of her wood stove. Then I heard a voice. For a moment, I thought I was fever dreaming. But then I felt strong hands touch my brow, splash water on my face. So when he's seeing these things of his mom making his biscuits, do you think he's actually there with his mom? No.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
Because when people don't have a water for about 2 days, illusions will be happening because their brain can't fully focus without any food or water.
Yeah.
I
He
didn't
can't
drink.
His own blood because it's going out because it's not drinking
Definitely.
enough.
And so he's also losing a ton of blood, which is making him have these
Because
illusions.
blood loss can actually kill you in 3 days or less.
Okay.
He's hallucinating.
Being here, boy, meant you gotta be dead, the voice said, as he gave me a drink from his kit. Were you hit? 'Cause if it's in your belly, I gotta leave you here, he said. So he says that if you were hit in your belly, I gotta leave you here. Why do you guys think that? Why do you think he would have left it? Yeah. Bia, you got something else to say? Thank you for raising your hand so much.
Because if it's in his belly, there's no way that he's gonna
Survive?
Yeah.
Because the lead will go through the blood and then poison him in his body.
Yeah. I bet that was a really hard decision for him to make to decide whether he was gonna take him and try to save him or leave him there. Okay, we're gonna keep reading. I had never seen a man like him so close before. His skin was the color of polished mahogany. He was flying union colors like me, my age maybe. His voice was soothing and his health was good. So how old was he again? Somebody remember? 15. Hit in the leg, I told him. Not bad. If it don't go green, can you put weight on it? He asked as he pulled me to my feet. We gotta keep moving. If we stay in one spot, Merhardis will find us. They're riding drag and looking for one wounded. So who do you guys think's looking for him? Who's looking for him? Thea.
The people on the other team.
Yeah, the people on the other team. And do you think they're gonna leave them there to live and try to survive?
No, they're gonna try to kill him.
Yeah.
Or torture
So
them.
these two, they gotta get out of there, right? They gotta get moving. Next thing I remember was collapsing in a heap on the ground and rocking it with the pain in my leg. Everything started to go black. Then I remembered him pulling me up on his back. I heard him saying, Lord have mercy, child. You as bad off as I am. I'll told ya. I can't rightly leave you here. I remember being pulled and carried and stumbling. I remember hard branches snapping back in my face and mouthfuls of dirt as we hit the ground to keep from being seen. I remember slogging through streams, hauling up small bluffs and belly crawling through dry fields.
Why belly crawling?
Because they didn't want to be seen. So if they were standing up super tall in the grass, do you think that somebody could see them?
They
They're
could
probably, like,
shoot him in the head. They should.
Or they might just
Thank you guys.
get them.
So like
or they
an
might get them-
example, they would shoot him in the head.
Yeah. So what if they were belly crawling through the grass?
They wouldn't get to shoot him.
They wouldn't
because
even see them. So
Well-
they were belly crawling, so nobody could see them.
But they're real.
That's army crawling. Belly crawling.
Their suits are light blue, so if the enemy's at a certain distance and because they're not wearing camo, they might get smoked.
Yeah, okay. I remember these things and half sleep-like, but I do remember being carried for a powerfully long way. So, why do you guys think he said half sleep-like?
Because he was tired.
He was tired, but what else? He was losing a lot of blood. He was losing a lot of blood. So he almost doesn't even remember it because he was so out of his mind. But he knew that he had to get out of there, right?
Because the lead ball was causing to get knocked out.
So we're gonna look at this next picture. Look at this picture, you guys. I want does anybody have any observations about this picture? Something that they see or think looks really, really cool? Iris.
It looks like they're trying to get grass or they're like climbing up something.
Yeah, does it look like it's a really, like it's a big challenge to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ava, what do you think?
Well, why does the guy, like the black guy with his skin, why does he have blood on himself?
Well,
from the other person.
yes. So he's trying to help this other guy, and he's dragging him, and he's bleeding. So he has the other guy's blood on him. Blake, what do you think?
They're trying to crawl up a mountain to go behind it so the enemies can't spot them.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take one more, Nico.
They might be going inside of somewhere to go into getting into a cave so they can hide.
I like it. Then fever must have took me good, cause I could feel a cool, sweet smell quiet next to my face. Soft, gentle, warm hands were stroking my head with a cool wet rag. Look at the morning that's come, a woman's voice said as she spooned oat porridge into me. Do your mama know what a beautiful baby boy she has? So where do you guys think that they're at? Where?
They're at the black person's house.
Oh yes, okay. Very nice. They're at his house. And who's this? Who do you guys think that one is? His mom. His mom's taking care of the other boy. Okay. Where am I? Is this heaven? I asked. She tossed her head and laughed. No, child. Pincus brung you home to me. Don't you remember? So what's the African American boy's name? What's his name? Pincus. It's a little bit of a funny name, isn't it?
What's funny about it?
So, Pincus. Have you ever heard somebody named Pincus?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So instead of saying Pincus, because it's a little bit of a longer name and it's kind of funny, they just call him Pink. Okay. So if the African American
Pinky.
boy if his name's Pink, what's the other boy's name that I said? Does anybody remember what his name is?
Shay.
Say. Thank you, Nico.
Say?
Okay.
Wait.
The mahogany child, I thought. Both of you children have been on the run for days, and a miracle of God Almighty brung you both here. Yes, indeed, child, a miracle. I remember thinking, could this war have been so close to this lad's home? I couldn't imagine having a war right in his backyard. I looked over and saw him looking out the window light. Guess you don't remember much, he said. I'm Pincus Alley. Fought for the 48th Colored. Found you after I got lost from my company. My name is Sheldon. Sheldon Curtis, I said weakly. This is my mother. Sweet Momo Bay, he said as she smiled at him. So, what's Say's real name? Does anybody hear it? What was it, Iris? Do you remember?
Sheldon.
Sheldon. So he has a nickname too. He doesn't go by Sheldon. He goes by something shorter called Say.
Shaden.
Lord, I never thought I'd see my dear boy again, she said as she hugged him. I've been getting along through Pink